A very warm good evening. This is Arnav Chaudhary, and you are live on my YouTube channel, arunfoot. It's Monday, August 19th, 2024. And yeah, it's another Indian football discussion tonight. Another day of continued protests by the fans of East Bengal, Mohun, Bagan, and Mohun Sporting in Kolkata. While, of course, the India under-20 started their campaign in the SAF under-20 championship, winning 1-0 against Bhutan, while Yoni Kauko was officially unveiled as. So, yeah, that is something that was on the cards. So, those are the things to discuss and speak about. And as always, those who are watching now, those of you who are watching maybe later on and deferred, please share this video, subscribe to arunfoot here on YouTube, and let's grow the community. As always, as I love to say, we are one subscriber away from reaching the 1500 mark. So that's thank you to those of you who follow me, who support me. Let's grow the community on what are interesting times, interesting days for Indian football, where we will talk about things which are all happening. And Akshata, welcome. Yeah, really philosophical discussion on things that are there, that are happening, that are not happening. Because I think what has happened in Kolkata yesterday was quite historic. I would say around Kumar and what has all happened. Actually, the thoughts on Ilka. Yeah, just breaking here in Germany, the news, which came to a surprise to a lot of people. Very popular German Sunday football discussion show with the head of the national teams department, Woody Feller, in there, and he said Gündoğan is going to continue to be captain, and he's just announced that he is retiring from the German national team. I've actually not read anything about it officially, but didn't expect that to happen because I thought Ilkay Gündoğan has at least one more, maybe one more cycle. And yeah, but this is football. This is what it is. And what he said, dear Football Germany, after a few weeks of taking time to think about this, I've come to the conclusion that it's time for my career in the national team to end. I look back in pride of 82 national team matches, a number which I couldn't have dreamt about. When in 2011 I made my debut for the A national team. My highlight was clearly the big honor that in the summer team as captain in the home European Championships. We have been successful after all these years to unite the nation, to make the nation proud. And I could be part of this, makes me very, very happy. But tournament, I realized that my body, also my head was showing a little bit of tiredness. And this brought me to think about the decision. The games at club and international level have to. I will remain a fan of this national team and hope that they can continue the upwards trajectory. And there is nothing that speaks against it. The World Cup 2026, we will be one of them. We have a great coach, a really strong team, and thanks to the fans, staff, coaches, fellow players who have gone this journey with me. It was an honor. Thank you, Germany. So that's Ilkay Gündoğan in his Instagram post retiring. And something to talk about Ilkay Gündoğan. Did you watch the Germany-India hockey semi-final? Did you support Eritrea? Actually, I was not only watching, I was actually doing a live that day here with people. So if you go back amongst the pictures, maybe watch. And I did. And I said at the time, I was a little bit more for Germany because I know a couple of players in the German team. And and therefore I was supporting a little bit more Germany in that hockey semi-final Olympics. Historic there for all type of emotion for the game is still alive in West Bengal. Football Bharat, yeah, very important day. But it's not only an important day because this thing has to continue. It can't be a one-off and say, you know what, you've forgotten it and now we bother about other things. Show themselves, stand for the right things. So in this case, the fans have stood by something which at least I feel is right. And I hope they continue to do that. I think that's the challenge that the fans have, and I hope that they will continue to do that. To get into the quarterfinal, only years ago is more than in that position in the points table. Amal, very simply because of a better goal difference in FC Goa. Unfair, surely, in the sense of that match wasn't played. Get into the next round. But again, that those rules are, if a match is not played, those are written down in the tournament competition rules. Sack Ranjan Chaudhary right now. If not, then shame on celebrating after that goal. Shameful. Bhutan deserve a draw at least. Manolo, AIFF is not going to fire him, and we've discussed this already. How nowadays our national team coaches are decided. This is us beating Bhutan 1-0, and you realize what Bhutan is also is doing. That they're working on their grassroots youth football as well, and we need to get working. We need to do the things which are right. Otherwise, nothing's going to happen. I think that's the real challenge I feel we have in Indian football, and the question is, are we going to do the right things? And to me, if we don't do the right things, we will not even be the best team in South. That is something that I've said at senior level, that I'll say also at youth level, men's and women's. And we've been seeing that a lot of nations around us have been getting better, and therefore we have to work on the realities of being better than the others. Otherwise, the others will. And that is, they're all working on it. So therefore, for us, it's a challenge, and therefore I hope we get better. But I'm not sure if we can do that or not. Hi Kumar. Yesterday you mentioned I was talking football. Sorry to mention, I know the reason who was shaded in the Premier League. I agree with you. Okay. And that's the reason I want to talk about. Kumar, we can potentially talk about everything, but again, I can't grasp on any allegations or whatever. Yeah, that is something that, again, this situation is very, very sad to see. Brisbane Roman team coming to India. Yes, Manolo, that's, for the Durand Cup in Goa. Good work by Chobi. He released 6 fans who were arrested. Yeah, Manolo, I said that earlier today. All the criticism aside, which I think are valid on Kolkata and the AIFF, but in this case, they did the right thing. So for me, great job, good job, and one has in the AIFF for doing a good job, and they've done something right for once, and therefore one has to praise him. He stood by the fans in the afternoon, got certain fans out of that ban, to some extent stopped the police, and got those 6 guys out of, they would have stayed in prison overnight. But again, when it comes to the AIFF and running of the AIFF, I think, he and everybody else needs to be questioned. Horrible display of football by U20s. Yeah. Seeing today gameplay, I don't think we can beat Laos and Mongolia and qualifiers, leave Iran. That's the danger, no? That's why, I don't want to judge coaches, but again, they so therefore that's the reality. That's why we didn't have a play style in whole match just because of the individual quality. Someone got the result. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's that's one of those realities. How pathetic isn't enough to describe at this point if we don't change some years later will bang us. Later Bhutan will bang us. Brew, I hope not. You know, but that's the danger, right? Again, all of the other nations are progressing, so that's a question on us if we're going to do the right thing. At the moment, I think we're not doing the right things to progress. There's a lot of questions to be asked of the AIFF and of Indian football. I'm not giving excuses, but looks turf ground was one of the reasons for not perform well because balls were stuck few times. Also, feet doesn't move fast. Okay, how do you assess that, Bikram? I mean, we're talking about an artificial turf ground, right? We're at the ANFA training complex, a FIFA ground, I still couldn't understand how Mola and Manjot played the whole match. Both were and still coached Manjot. He wasn't even able to make a simple pass. I still need to invite Thailand, Japanese, Indonesian clubs for pre-season. Although you can invite anyone and everyone. The question is if they're going to come and play against you, right? Because once you are in Thailand, for example, as you've seen with Mumbai City, you can play clubs from other parts of Asia who are there. But but no one's going to come to India for friendly matches. Some countries it's mid-season. And now did you watch Man City or Chelsea? Man City played not up to last level. Did say about all the games not up to last season. Kumar, I didn't, so I can't judge. It knows the recent post of Mohun Bagan Super Giant X handle. No blue, I haven't. Both teams. Yeah. This India under-20 team has quality and they can do well at Asian level, but for that, first we need a quality coach and need a philosophy. Yeah, let's see. Killed our progress, or is it meant to happen because of our ecosystem and agriculture? COVID might have some influence, but we have to blame the ecosystem. Indonesian get chance in Indian. Indonesian player science for Oxford University does betray India, but they don't know that their quality is better than Indian player. That's why he's selected. The reality is, that any player that Des is going to sign, he's going to sign. Not going to sign someone for the sake of signing someone, right? So we have to be honest about that. That Des will sign anybody who he thinks is good enough for Oxford United, and he can't be saying, you know what, I want to sign a player because he's from India. He can't do that because next week Des might be gone, right? So therefore, we have to be honest enough on these things that that someone like a Des, who's doing so far doing well in the championship with his team, the 8th in the table, with 3 points from 2 games. But I mean, Marcelino Ferdinand, 19-year-old for the country. Persebaya Surabaya, before playing in Belgium. So he's been joined from KMSK Denzer in Belgium. And now we come to the fact, I think, which most of you don't know. Anindo Suhoy, the former Inter Milan owner, they are the majority stakeholders, right? So therefore, that is the reason why this player has gone there. It's not the reason of that he's Indonesian or something. Again, he's got some quality, but the reality is that this club is owned by Indonesians. So these Indonesian owners have ensured that Indonesian players got a chance. Every day, same problem, same complaint, same story, but no improvement. Honestly, I'm fed up of this now. I feel I should ignore it. Rhythm, I think we can't just ignore it. I think we have to try and change things. I think we need to say things. Otherwise, nothing's going to happen, and that's the challenge, right? So therefore, we need to continue talking about things. I think we saw yesterday what fans can do if they want to stand up, and they did. This will be playing for us against teams like Iran, Uzbekistan for future qualifiers. Hopes look really low if our team can't beat Bhutan easily. Navneet, that's gonna be the team. And this is what I've seen saying, that we have a problem in our talent development. If I see at the moment, it's another reality. Also remember our understand team Michet, Guru and Gangte were really good. I wish that batch as a whole is looked after. Navneet, they look good, but they haven't looked as good as earlier batches. That's my other thing. We had Guite and Kipken on the bench and still coach played Manjot as a... It's his decision. Ground is not FIFA certified matches previously scheduled grass ground, but shifted match overnight to not certified turf ground. Now watch full game with ball and feet stuck a few times. Bikram, even if they get stuck, right? It is for our players. For our players to adjust to conditions, right? I've said this also multiple times. You have to play according to what the ground is, and don't tell me, oh, you know what? You're Indian players. Indonesia U20 players better than all of our players. That is the reality. Yeah. Can Occidents and Indian players with visa issues? In theory, most probably yes, but again, it needs to go through the work permit system. Do we have quality? I don't know. That's the other question. Mohun Superchat indirectly supported Shubhash for that protest, but I think at this point all three clubs should give press conference, but they're still not supporting the fans. Blue, I agree on you. One has to understand the political links that certain people have. That's the reason why Kalyan Chobe came out and other people are not coming out. India is very politicized these days. Tomorrow, Anwar's submission, supposedly. Do you think current India out 10 years ago what we're carrying forward? Morally, it should have been sorted out 100 years ago, most probably. Right? But it's not. Your view on new secretary of AIFF, Blue, I would like to give him time and see if he can deliver. Not an easy if he can do something, or if it's, I've heard mixed things. Certain people are speaking very highly about him. A lot of people are critical also about him. So at the moment, I would rather wait and see, and watch, yeah, that's something. Do you think Indian football will improve or neglected badly for long term? It's not morally. Again, I know you love these generalizations, but I think generalizations make no sense. There are areas where in Indian football we have improved. There are certain areas which it's, in my opinion, is always a big mixed bag. Sorry. Indonesia is serious about football, not like us, and also Blackburn Rovers owners are Indians, but still they never tried to sign an Indian player. Icon Lawn, that is not true that they never signed an Indian player. To me, they've tried some stuff in the past, maybe not reported in the media, but it's never happened. So, yeah, that Vikram Pratap's U17 batch was the best one. I would disagree a little bit. I think one of the best. I think to me, the best that I've seen because of exposure would be the under 17 World Cup batch. I think that's the team which had, I've seen them at 15, 16, 17 here in Europe. There was something in there. Durand Cup finalist predictions, Derby. That's one question that will crop up. Let me bring you once more the quarterfinals, how they are being planned. Just 1 second. So it's Northeast United versus Indian Army in the first semi-final versus East Bengal FC in the second semi-final. Mohun Bagan FC versus Mohun Bagan Super Giant versus Punjab FC. Bangalore FC versus Kerala Blasters. Difficult to call finalists. I think all these teams have the potential. If I look at, even home advantage against East Bengal, I think is worth a lot. Mohun Bagan having to play away in Jamshedpur to Punjab, also not easy, and a BFC, KBFC matchup in Kolkata or wherever that will take place. Interested to see. It's either Mohun Bagan, East Bengal, or BFC Northeast. I think that those most would be the options for a final. ISL clubs need to seriously approach any famous club from Malaysia and play there. It's an extraordinary experience for players. Why not these countries? Maybe they're approaching clubs and they're not willing to come. And in this case, World Cup timing, some of the leagues have started. Reasons why, that's a difficult one. Aditya, sir, today in India was Bhutan, Indian better basics, better quality was still the victory. What was wrong today, according to you? Aditya, are our basics really as good as you mentioned? Again, adapt. Yes, no doubt about it. It's some of the blame goes on the coach, some of the blame goes on the player. It wasn't the best of team efforts. From politics and social issues, we've seen the same in Europe regarding BLM protests. I think sometimes football needs to step in, or sports need to step in and take up social issues. I think this is a social issue rather than political issue. But again, in India, the problem of today is everything. So therefore, I would rather say that this is a social issue about women's safety, about freedom of women in that sense. But again, the whole thing, yes, in its sort of own way, will be politicized. I won't give an excuse, but Serenity didn't train on turf ground last 20 days, and that's the what shouldn't perform well despite the suitable situation. See, Bikram, even I-League teams, ISL teams have not trained on a turf ground and then played on a turf ground. Opener of the ISL was on a in Mumbai City, actually, rarely, if not at the in South Mumbai, trained actually on a natural ground. So this happened. Why can't Durand convince Argentine Australian clubs? Blue, too long a tournament. Look at the length of the tournament in Goa, which is again too short. That is your problem, no? Where do you see Indian football in the next 10 years? Fast food, that's a good question. I think that's a challenge. I think where one will have. I am not. I'm not the astrologer which used to be working with the Indian national team to be able to give you an honest, real answer where we stand. In my opinion, I think the first thing that needs to be sorted is the management of the AIFF in regard to the people who are running and leading the All India Football Federation. I think that needs to be sorted. We need to look and see that the stakeholders also play their part in that. That's another important aspect for us, which is a challenge. And yeah, I think for us overall, we need to see how we can evolve and improve. And grassroots need to evolve, youth football needs to evolve, the pyramid needs to get better. All these things need to get better. Otherwise, same things in the next 10 years. So I hope in 10 years we would be better and stronger because people around us are going to improve. Didn't Blackburn also play in India against the Pune club? Blackburn played against Pune FC 2011, I think, if I'm not wrong, 2000. Well, now, if you really want to take the youth national team, if would have wanted a good foreign coach for the football, effort does not take the youth team seriously. Kumar, that is not true. That is your assumption. And again, wrong assumption. I have said multiple times on this channel, what is one of the reasons why the AIFF has not been, because they don't have the money at the moment. Right? And then when you don't have the money, you try and find easy, cheaper solutions. And this is the outcome. That's the reality. Do you think Apuya, Suresh, Vikram, these are best produced batch compared to now? Apuya, Suresh are under 17 World Cup. Vikram are part of the later batch. And are they the best? I don't know. Yeah, we've had good players over the years coming out of the under 17s. Honestly, I guarantee you, even after 50 years, will remain as it is, and may someday have to see Nepal beating India 3-0. Ritam, that is sadly an honest danger. Yeah, and I hope not that it becomes true, but I see where it's from, and let's see. Like and subscribe, guys. Yes, thank you, Blue, for saying that. Those of you who are new to the channel, please, if you like what we are speaking about on a daily, on a regular basis, please this video, subscribe to arunfoot as well. And those who have, of course, subscribed, please also like this video, share it with your friends. Let's grow the community. And according to things now at this moment, we have reached 1,500 followers. So thank you for that, everyone. Sorry. So once again, thank you very much. At the moment, 1,500 followers. So thanks, guys. Another small little milestone in trying to build a community. So thanks a lot. In U20 and Indian players, some skills are there. Fail stringing few passes together. How difficult is it to do that? Play fast, one touch, and beat the press. Abhijit, yeah, sounds easy, but the thing is, are they capable of playing that? I mean, it's spoiled by watching European football, right? That's gonna be. And to me, let's wait and see. But to me, the team didn't look fluid, so therefore that's the whole reason. These are governing body of football. Certain is where Super League files cases. Is it sport code interview, not general code give verdict? It's the sports code, or it might be the depending on where they're registered, they can go to a country's sports code. They can't go to general code. And now say your pick for semi-final. I said Northeast, East Bengal, Mohun Bagan, and BFC. Now an update on F, still a new deal with AIFF. Any talk started to happen after starting the season? Kumar, nothing. Nothing has changed since yesterday. Nothing has changed since last month. No talks happening at the moment. So didn't AIFF come out and say they're looking for a philosophy playoff style for Indian football? Other than SAF, have batches of the World Cup even gotten exposure, at least half the exposure. That philosophy was part, I think, of at a time when they are to some extent. So therefore, I don't. Again, style of play sounds great. To me, the word that is the whole system working according to that. So again, if for example, Spain has a certain philosophy, right? But to Barcelona, to Real Madrid, or to other clubs. But the question is, the AIFF cannot have a style of play as long as we don't have a certain level of players, right? And the exposure, yes, it's had been there. It was even there after COVID, after COVID. But again, since or to non-existent actually. Hi, Ishan. I'm doing fine. Hope you're doing well. Well too. According to me, football, even if it's the most popular game, there's still room for improvement. Stop the clock, play the game in 4 quarters, rest and ads, rolling substitution, just the goalkeeper. Nice ideas from your side, but again, it's not up to you or up to me. It's decisions of the AIFF board, and they take those decisions. How do you see Bengal go through the group stage in AFC Challenge League? Arnav, let them finalize the group. Who's hosting that group? And then we can have a discussion. Out of topic question, do you plan your routine day to day or random? I have a certain set routine, but again, it depends also what kind of work I have. I now have a routine every day, Indian time, 9:45 this life. So it builds around that. And then thereafter dinner. And before that, it depends on work and, whatever needs to be done. Please speak a few words on AIFF News Secretary. As I've said earlier, Uday, Anil Kumar, I've met him, but I don't know him, to be very honest, in that way. To me, certain people speak well about him, others don't. So I'll give him some time, and let's see if we can change something in the AIFF, or if he, is unable to do anything. Another reports are coming to the Geo Cinema solo sport podcast in India. Let's wait and see. So then, are they really underage, or glimpse of age fraud? Ritam, I think certain players have been omitted. Certain players will be there who will be overage. Yeah. I think you will have the one or the overage player in that squad, yes. Did you watch U20 pros and cons? I actually was watching, I was watching it for some minutes attentively, some were not. Pros are not many. Pros is again the result. I think it's very important, even if you play such a game like today, that you win it. So that's the biggest pro. And the cons was the way that we did it. The con is that I've seen some of these players play for their teams in the ISL on FSDL Iran's Federation Development League tournament. So therefore, I don't know, maybe I expected a little more for them. Any one question would you like to ask Kalyan Chobe, AIFF? What would be? Only, I would rather like to talk to Kollan in private, to be very honest, and have a conversation about how he sees things and how he would see things going forward, rather than doing publicly, because I don't know if publicly he'll say what he would say in private. So therefore, I would rather most probably do a private. You played very horrible. Vasu, didn't play well. It's the same team which defeated Madrid C or B. Some of it is the same, some of it is not. But again, what Real Madrid did we beat? Which game you? It depends on the game. Even a 1-1 can be exciting. Which again, I know I've seen the tendency of a lot of you trying to generalize and ask questions, very generic questions. Football or life is not very generic. Every situation, you know, it's every game has to be looked at individually, in my opinion, at least. So I have a personal point of view. KRF has not been very helpful to any of the clubs or players. It took them long to get a structured league and facilities. Yeah, you could say that. You say that in the last few years they have been able to try and build a structure, but that's still also not working really. Because they're trying to push in too many teams, and I don't know what the value of the Super League will be in the long run. I hope it works, but I'm not sure, because that is sort of a parallel thing to the system. You can do it at a national level and then integrate it. I don't know how you're going to integrate this into the system. Let's see. Any moments do you felt we are very close to each big level, but the struggle to not the requirements would fear last moment instances? Chief. Big level. See, big level. Yeah, I would most of say 2019 AFC Asian Cup, when we nearly reached the. While watching the match, I was actually changing plans. I was supposed to leave 2 days after, and then I was trying to work out, stay longer in the UAE to watch India's pre-quarter final. But again, that was for nothing. There was a time, so when nobody used to cover Indian football regularly. So what that means, I respect you for doing the show every year. Thank you, Sean. I mean, I'll be, I come from a generation where I, in 1998, started covering football on the internet. There was no coverage of Indian football on the internet. So this show, of course, is fun, and the evenings is fine. But we come from a generation where this guy was posting because the internet was too slow. So therefore, thank you for the compliment, and I'll try and do whatever I can, and again, be as honest. I mean, I've also said to these Bengal fans and to the Mohun Bagan fans, right? I'll be interested to see how you guys behave. Outcome comes with the Anwar Ali issue. I will see. I will observe. Now you have done something very good. You should be praised. But I'll see you later this week, where we stand on all these things. And how are the players who go to the youth national team camp will undergo TWT test or not? In the past, they used to do it. I don't know what they're doing at the moment, to be honest. Please think about Bihar FA. Gaurav, I don't know enough to be able to tell you something about Bihar FA. I know that the Bihar Football Association exists and is based in Patna, and I couldn't even name you the office bearers. To be Inter-Kashi programs for promotional ISL. Fast food, they're working on it. I think it is going to be between Inter-Kashi and Srineri Deccan. And yeah, it's let's see. I think Donny Kauko announced today. I thought one of the best players last season. Very, very influential in the way that he changed things for Inter-Kashi. So therefore, Habas and him in there, huge respect. Discuss. First of all, it's AFC Challenge League. If I want to discuss AFC Challenge Cup, I have to talk in 2008 when India won it and qualified for the AFC Asian Cup 2011. And to me, going to be 4 groups of 3 in the West. East Bengal is going to be one of the teams. 1 venue, 3 matches within 7 days, and the best team moves on. Say some club official coaches or ex who are popular. I'm sure the fans would have a lot to ask. I can ask people, but in this current climate, a lot of people. There are people who love to. I know I've been approached by people who would love to come on the show, but again, if I'm doing an interview or if I'm having a conversation, I want to have an honest conversation about things, and I don't want to be sort of scripted or other things. for me at the moment, it's a little difficult to try and finalize and look at, who I could bring in. League matches, even that level football was bored, like moving up and down the pitch and nothing to show for it. That's why UEFA wasn't. That's why Florentine Perez wasn't, according to me. Okay. I've watched German football and I was excited. I mean, if you watched Super Cup between Bayer Leverkusen and VfB Stuttgart, my advice to anyone who wants to watch good football, watch German football. Forget Premier League, forget La Liga, forget Serie A. Watch German football, honestly. Great football, great quality. And it's not just Bayern Munich. I think this season is going to be exciting. Bayern are going to come back as well. German Cup at Ulm, 4-0. I think Dortmund will be exciting to watch. And what about Kolkata, Kumar? Not sure. Not looking too exciting so far from what I've seen. So, but I think I said relegation start. No, it won't. How does the quality decrease because of the relegation not being there in the ISL? What is the correlation? What is the link that you're creating fast food between ISL relegation and quality of the I League? The I League has its own issues. The I League has its own issues. You saw last season, Trau and Niroka shouldn't have played the league with all the problems in Manipur and the problems that these two clubs are facing. And the AIFF is unwilling to take these tough decisions. Suddenly you have the chief minister getting involved saying, oh, you know what, you need to even keep them now in the league. Tough decisions need to be taken, but it's not going to happen, right? Do you think sponsorship is because of demand or fans' interest, or rather can it produce? It's just that the sponsors are not interested in Indian football. They're not excited about Indian football at the moment. If anyone comes forward, someone or the other is convincing those people to put in money. How did they play? Missed the match. Jyoti, hi, welcome back. India won 1-0. Didn't play the best of games. Won it. And the less we say, the better. Have you ever had chat with Bayer Leverkusen coach Murali? Yes, I did speak to Xabi Alonso, but that was not as a coach at Bayer so far. So yeah, I did speak to him then. I find I-League had better matches compared to Durand or player standard form. Durand is I've said this multiple times. Durand is a preseason tournament. Some teams are playing B teams. Some teams are not, some of the teams are playing a mixed side. So therefore, Durand is an issue. Your voice is cutting a bit. Okay, is it on me or is it a general problem, guys? Just if others have problems with the sound, just let me know. Because I am not aware at the moment that I'm having a voice issue. Good evening, Akhil. Welcome back. Xabi Alonso, no question about it. Xabi Alonso, one of the best in that regard ever to have played football, I guess. So therefore, that comparison is a non-starter in my opinion, if you ask me. Right? That's something what I say is, one of the best of all times, surely. Right, 7 o'clock here in Germany, 10:30 in India, and if you haven't, please like this if you think it's good. 16 likes so far, so we can get that up. 1,500 followers. Thank you for all of you who are now subscribers of Arunfoot here on YouTube. Let's grow the community, let's grow the channel, and thank you who are following. Bill or Xabi? I say Xabi Alonso. Pirlo was an exceptional player, but I think Xabi Alonso was that extra one. Missed that U20 match, and I've watched the highlights. Damn, that ground looks really dreadful. But again, yeah. Hi, sir. How are you? Thoughts on quarterfinals of Durand Cup? One interesting mix of matches. I mean, Northeast Army, Shillong Lajong, East Bengal, Mohun Bagan, versus KBS. Interesting matchups. So let's wait and see who makes it to the semifinals. Camel Christian are losing to Army team in development process or preseason, don't care of it, or standard fell down. It's preseason. Morally, I've said it multiple times. Doesn't matter. So was technique gifted players of the past generation. So yeah, Eugene was, I would say, of the last generation, surely. Premier League just hyped up most of the players. Yeah, fast food, I would say that. Spanish coaches and players' dominance on world football. Yeah, first, I mean, the Spanish have been good footballers, for a while, for decades, to be honest. But in the last 25 years, yeah, uh, and therefore they've done very well for themselves. Yeah, one of the most underrated footballers of generation, Emre Can. What do you think? Emre Can. Emre Can, I think, has done a lot. If you think about which clubs he's all played for in his career, Bayern Munich, Leverkusen, Liverpool, Juve, Dortmund. Yeah, but more, yeah, potentially, I think he could have done more. Out of topic question, can you show us your house tour? We are interested to see it. Murali, honestly, no, because that's sort of private space. And therefore, sorry that I can't do that. The last one's only live with telecast or broadcast. They have committed for only 2 years. I think Durand Cup should not be considered as preseason for ISA. Club should opt out. Okay, Kumar, let's wait and see what they do. Hi, Rohit. Does Army, Navy, and Air Force have their own hockey clubs? Why don't those organizations? The Army, the Navy, and the Air Force, all of them have football teams. None of them have clubs. They have teams, right? The Army has teams in different places. The Navy has, the Air Force, for example, Indian Navy is based in Mumbai. Air Force football team is based in Delhi. Multiple locations for its teams, men's and women's. And hockey, I wouldn't know if they're running, anything. Which season do you think Haaland performed well in the Bundesliga or Premier League? I think Haaland has performed well even in Austria, then in the Bundesliga, and then in the Premier League. Exceptional striker. Inter Kashi planning something big. Ogni, if you see, signing Habas as a coach, now Unikauko as a marquee player, then Inter Kashi, yes, planning very, very big, I would say, right? They've done something very, very good so far, and I would say Inter Kashi are planning to try and build something to try and get into the ISL, and Trinity as well. So there are two teams spot. So let's wait and see if Inter Kashi can make it or if they will be stopped by Trinity Deccan or maybe a surprise element. We don't know in the you know. Yeah, if so, we would video on your local club, inside view, infrastructure, ground, and all that will be treated to us. Ogni will do that, but you would be surprised. Some of this infrastructure is very, very old. I mean, for example, the building is from the 1800s something. Yeah. So again, it's not about infrastructure, right? It's about coaching, and the desire. AIFF needs to approach PSU company to participate in League 2. Uday, they can't, because PSU, they would be companies, and therefore we've had this discussion about 10, 12 years ago when the whole club licensing came into play. And again, is the PSU going to be spending? Is the PSU going to be doing the right things? They haven't, right? Nepal playing as British Army and playing England B team. How do you see it? It was, and for Nepal, it's good, right? Inter Kashi would be one of those few clubs who would make profit and be sustainable long run. Drupajute, I would hope. I would hope that it is, yeah, but even for them, because they have to pay for infrastructure to building everything. So for me, that is a challenge for Inter Kashi. It's not an easy challenge. It's a big challenge for Inter Kashi to build things in Kashi, and at the moment, they are quite a bit off of making profits. Youth Cup and our Indian team performance. I organized the first FC Bayern youth team. No, actually, yeah, we did a first kind of trial with FC Bayern in 2011, and that then went on to play. Indian teams have been going there, but do you think local football culture develops better when there are football stadiums, grounds? Does Germany have multi-sports with their football facilities? For example, FC Remscheid, the stadium that they have, was put together in a 6-month project in the 80s to enable the club to. And only last week there was a partial. I mean, we had a Bangalore football stadium kind of incidents because the stadium is supposed to be knocked out and something else to be built. So the stadium is, on extended life. And the main stand was closed, right? And then they put everything on the opposite stand, and that's something which is there. How does your local club generate revenue to stay afloat? Broadcast or government support? How, sir? If you can explain financial model. There is no broadcast. The club stays afloat via membership fees, via the money that fans pay for match days or for season tickets. There are certain grants for work in regard to especially youth development, and sponsors. As fans who watch football for enjoyment, how do you see it technical perspective or something else? Murali, with that game, with that club. So for me, if I'm if I'm watching it for work, yeah, it's always different. How to judge ISL clubs play? Uday, increase or not? I look at it generally, in my opinion, it's an idea. Yeah. So therefore, I feel your internet is lacking. Rohit, I don't know. Yeah, but I cannot. I can't see anything. I don't know. Because my Wi-Fi and all is good and everything is connected. So sorry for that. Any team World Cup was surprised they didn't lift the cup despite having potential. There are multiple teams over the years. We spoke the other day about Hungary. Recently, we were spoken maybe about Belgium. Yeah, multiple teams who failed. And yeah, have been hitting me for quite some time. Pot for national players, like pot 1 for a national player, pot N for, let's say, to avoid overpay players. Will not work. We can't, So, yeah. Another paywall for ISL in India will work for niche group. Kumar, can you explain that to me? India's 5G was Germany's 5G. Trubhajyoti, I'm not there with my 5G. I'm using the Wi-Fi. So I don't know if there is a problem maybe in the Wi-Fi, which can happen. Will Vibin get a call up? Yeah, let's see if the time has come for him to get his first call up. There are a few players in midfield positions who could be potentially looked at by Manolo Marquez, and let's see if there are any injuries also. But Vibin surely in the midterm could for the national team. Yeah, I certainly think so. Wait 1 second. Let me have some water. 1 second, guys. Right. Please like the stream. Subscribe to arunfoot. We've crossed the 1500 mark today, so thank you all of you who are now subscribers to the channel. And as I said, please leave a like behind. Yeah, let's grow the community day by day and reach out to more people. 18 likes so far of the video. A little low today, guys. So if you think it's good, let's wait and see. Brazil, but the leagues don't get the limelight. Like Premier League opponents are markedly not done better. It is. I mean, South American leagues are not as good as the Europeans, and the French league is not as strong as the others. But their youth development is strong. I don't know why midfielders with high work rate would help in the high pressing. Dhruva, I don't know if your thought process is right. Vibin to me is one of those where I think work rate should not be a topic. Where I thought he was one of the best. Yeah. So therefore, yeah, let's I don't know. Let's see. Chinese Olympians get paid a lot more than Indian Olympians. I wonder if Chinese football players from the league get paid more than Indian footballers. Rohit, where do you have that info that Chinese Olympians? Would be interested to know where you heard that. The Chinese Super League pays more money. So yeah, the top Chinese players are getting more money than the Indians. And the Chinese, do they deserve it? Most probably. Can India defeat Syria in upcoming friendlies? Fast food, potentially, yes. But again, let's wait and see. Let Manolo announce a squad, and then let's see how they do. And now I heard that East Bengal will give free tickets. How much is to it? I don't know where you heard this. I haven't heard this. Vivian isn't with the squad. He has a family issue to. I guess that explains it. Thanks, Navneet. Who will play the first match of ISL? Your prediction? I think Mohun Bagan versus K is one of the best options. We've had too often Mohun Bagan versus Blasters, and could be, could not be. Give the organizers time to finalize. In my opinion, again, let's see where you do it. I think at the moment, given the scenario, Kolkata most probably the place that they're looking at. So could alternatives be? Yeah, Kochi could be an alternative. Goa could be an alternative, or Mumbai. I guess those three would be potential alternatives to hold the opening match of the ISL. Even if they don't defeat, I have confidence that they're gonna win decent qualifiers. I hope so, Dubhajuti. But that's why I've said, if you haven't seen it, see it. And Manolo's biggest task is sort out the whole atmosphere in and around the team. If he can sort that out, I think then the Indian national team can look forward to hopefully better times. But again, it's not. It will remain for Manolo and his coaching staff. Let's see if he can sort it out. Sorry. Vivian's mother passed away. That's the reason he's not with the Kerala Blasters. Okay, thank you, Kumar, for that info. So my heartfelt condolences for the loss. In Germany, has any match fans had access to free tickets or any costly ticket match? In Germany, the tickets are cheaper than in other parts of Europe. Yes, there can be access to free tickets. Fortuna Düsseldorf, for example, does this for its fans, that they offer 3 matches a season free tickets. So and other fans as well. So yeah, there are different campaigns for that. How much I have seen Manolo, I feel like he can make players listen to him. What control, that dressing room. Let's see what happens. He can, but again, there are a lot of the team. I think he has to understand what are the issues. The dressing room is an issue. The question is if he keeps the squad mainly, does he make too many changes? We will see. And we will have a discussion around whenever Manolo announces the squad. Free tickets is fake. Then no one would buy tickets through black market, by the way. So why so much black in India, in your opinion? The middlemen want to make money. Dhruva Jyoti, no, I've not read the book because that book is banned in Germany. Even to speak about it is actually banned. Do you think in past we can cakewalk Bhutan, Afghanistan? Right now we're struggling to think our opponents improved or we gone down. They've gotten better and we've gone down. So just in the fixture planning, wouldn't getting a few games in a row on the road be easier financially for the clubs? A team from the north can hit road, play all the teams in the south in a row. Navneet, yeah, sounds like something that can be done, but the problem is then how they do the rest of the fixtures, right? Trying to do home and away. You might do a double header at the max. I would not be a fan of someone that says, you know what, we need to play, I don't know, 4 matches on the road. That scheduling doesn't work that way. Best left wing for India, in your opinion? Oh, fast food left wing. We have options. I mean, Changte doesn't play there, but Changte would be an option on the left. Vikram is an people will not like it, but I think Manveer is an option. Yeah, there are a few options on those in that position. How's the youth development grassroots in Germany? Is there one standard elite center? The federation has an elite center, but the development is done mainly at the technical centers of the clubs, which are called NLZs, which are Nachwuchsleistungszentren. So therefore, that's the clubs do the main work. Also, I think the system of YBK encourage black, as you can't just buy online tickets, you have to redeem it middle-aged men. Yeah, maybe. I'm not 100% sure if that's the case. Are there any degree certification courses available in sports management and inspiration, sir? Yes. I'm the wrong person to ask for those and where, to be very honest. There are some in India, I guess, but there are a lot of them around the world. You have to, work your way through via Google searches. Do you have any update related to national team camp and squad for South? Ishan, nothing at the moment. Camp will be a short one before the first game, and I guess they're going to meet in Hyderabad straight away, and then play play 2 of the 3 matches in the Intercontinental Cup. So therefore, let's what happens, I guess, late August. Yeah, I think maybe If India play the first game, they would have 5 to 7 days before the match, most probably. I like to see Vikram Pratap in Syria match in Hanga. Do you think he doesn't get enough chance? Well, he's had his chance, but he's not performed for India. That's also, every player has to be questioned in the national team, right? So therefore, that's the thing that I have to say, that we need to be better. Every player needs to be better in the national team colors. So therefore, we need to keep in mind, and our players need to keep in mind, and all of us need to keep in mind, and the players need to be better. All of them need to be better. So therefore, be it Vikram. Do you see Vikram as a striker or a right winger or a cam? Vikram is, you can use him as um, a right or a left winger. You can potentially put him into an attacking middle position as well. If you add to it that he can also be effective as a winger at the moment. So therefore, for me, I think winger is the most effective. If you ask me, most effective position for Vikram would be right. That would be, I think, the best position for him. Is the date that national squad will be announced? Navneet, the AIFF normally does not intimidate anyone about dates of national team announcements, either in the evening before. You see Marcus has already, it's announced on a morning. So therefore, let's wait and see. But now this time I will be watching matches in Hyderabad Stadium, one from a locality. Enjoy, Kumar, enjoy, and good that you're supporting the Indian team. Steve update. Irakante radio. There is none. Blasters are trying to sign a striker, and so far, Stefan Jovetic or others, none of them have signed. So they've made them good offers, but it could be over. Someone else should be announced sometime this week. So let's wait and see. Opala, sorry. Ugh. Yeah. Do you think Raul and Borges are off radar because of injury or form? I think injury. Did you visit? No, I've not visited the centers, Murali. Naurem is good. Ritik Das was looking great. Jitin has been consistent. Manvir on the left wing could be a good option. Yasser would be good as well. Yasser Gratik maybe after 1 or 2 more seasons would be good. Let's see. I think Mahesh has to prove at East Bengal how good season. Ritik Das was out for a long time. Jitin, could be something. Manvir is always an option. Yasir has also been out injured, and Isak needs to get a call up. I observed that all the heavy work are done by foreigners in ISL, where the players have ball for foreigners. Fast food, that's a sad but very, very true observation of how the ISL runs in a way that the Indian players are like, you know what? Let me get the ball away. Let me put it. He will take care of. That's the reality. It's not always easy, right? So therefore, it's a question of confident enough to control the ball, play the ball, or are they maybe a little scared? I don't know, to play, and that's a reality. Do you think Europe has edge over injury management regarding technology to take care compared to world? Not to the world, I think in America. Another, what are the mistakes made in managing clubs in financial perspective? Spending too much on salaries. I think the playing too much. If you don't have the money, don't spend it. Yeah, that would be my advice. Do you think India needs more striker or centre back? India needs both. Ika Kante Radio. You want to play ISL? Then try and. There is no one is waiting for you in the ISL. Did you saw today's match? Those red cards, though. Private agent, yeah, I did. What's the most weird demand of a player you have witnessed during your time in Mumbai City or any other club? I I've not entertained weird demand. Not coming to my mind, to be honest, Gaurav, at the moment. Weird demand, weird demand. Not coming to my mind. Maybe if it comes while we're still speaking, I'll tell you that. But at the moment, I don't have a weird demand. How do you rate Robin Singh and JJ? Different, of course. Robin tall, solid. JJ different, but both of them, yeah, did some stuff. Could have done better, I guess, overall. Bhajan in an interview said most athletes have underperformed in the Olympics. Is this maybe a case of bad planning of the mental coaches, etc.? Navneet, I don't deal enough in Indian sport, Olympic sports to be able to give you an honest opinion on that. Why they have failed, I think that these could be factors. There could be other things as factors, and of course, unrealistic expectations. That is the other thing from our eight players. Do you think, oh, you know what, he's this good? No, no, not everyone is in Neeraj Chopra who will get you a medal at 2 consecutive Olympics. So that's the other thing. Policharan, I used to like him a lot. Jackie Chan, they disappeared suddenly. Yeah, injury. Jackie Chan was with BFC, but both of them have had injury problems. Another, why Hyderabad FC carried financial backlogs from Pune FC. Pune City, Kumar, that's the first thing. It's not Pune FC because they took over the franchise, the rights of the franchise from Pune City they brought to Hyderabad. We don't have a replacement, or when player get injured, do you think it's worst case scenario for coach to replacement? See, in some positions we have replacements, some we don't, and that is, that's football. It's also in some of the biggest clubs you have positions where you don't have replacements. So this is something which is a reality for our football, and therefore, it's a challenge. Sometimes, again, in certain positions, let's say wingers, we've got a lot of players. Strikers, we have an issue. Centre backs, we have an issue. Fine, OPF doing good as well. I want to ask you if you had a chance to send one league to Premier League, which player you say that now. I know about a stand-up, but anyway, please tell. Premier League. There is no player Premier League. I don't think there are any of our players are capable of playing in the English system. The one player that I've tried, and I would do it again, would be Chang to go, the King Savana. Yeah, Changte would be one, and to look at another one, it would be mostly Apuya. Those would be the ones that I would try. Who will? Yes, the I-League champions will play, and if you ask me, it's, as I've said earlier today, it's between Inter Kashi and Srinidhi Deccan. Do you think Romeo and Kotal are one of the most wasted talents in the last decade? No, not Kotal. Surely not. I think Romeo did a lot to end up in Brazil. Player of his level, caliber, yeah, did a lot. Another, if OP Jindal buys Hyderabad, they have to clear all debts of Hyderabad FC. Of course, Kumar, clear. Injury equal to schedule football is managed badly in India. Dhruv, yes, but again, it's also on the individual, on the clubs to if the scheduling is not good, you then work around it. Is Mumbai City still a market for domestic names? Yes, Mumbai City FC extras. They're still trying to sign the one or the other player. Let's see if they can. Describe mentality. Can a coach like Jose Mourinho, if given all the resources, need to transform Indian national team into an excellent team? No, I don't. Again, Jose Mourinho. It's not the question of the name of the coach. I think it's the coach who understands certain things about India and is trying to do the things that are right. And mentality, yeah, mentality is one thing, but there are other things that need to be done as well, and the basics are not good. In Germany's 2014 World Cup victory, what footballer lots of finishers at their disposal, it seemed. I would say again, I don't think it's about philosophy. It depends on the players who are available to you, right? You in 2014 scored a team with a lot of players who played under Pep Guardiola. Now, if you have a lot of players who played under Pep Guardiola, they play in a certain way, in a certain style. And therefore, there was a Pep effect. There was a certain Klopp effect as well, because Dortmund was doing well. If you think 2013, so that would have been the effect. But I wouldn't say a philosophy. So there was a line floating around the internet on Chankta saying about wanting to go abroad and playing, saying it's his dream. Yeah, Navneet, he had his dream. He had his opportunity. He didn't take it. That would be my answer to him. If you ask me, you had your chance 5 years ago, picking Stavanger gave you a long term for different reasons. So, yeah. Where's Romeo now? Dhruv, I think he's playing for some team in the Goa League, if I'm not wrong. So I want to ask if our players not going outside, how we still compete with other countries in match level playing styles. Where are we matching them, Vikram? On a weekend schedule, possible so weekdays? Don't think so. I think the TV rights, TV rights is something which is doesn't allow that. Can't Mumbai City send any academy player who is academy development as a part of a long-term project? This is often available. Akhil, even if the player has good potential, Manchester City will not take an Indian player for the sake of taking a player from Mumbai City. They will not even take a player from the US. They will not take a player from anywhere. Anyway, youth players cannot go abroad. That's another problem. Germany is about rationalism, team game, taking the best decision in the shortest time. Yeah, amongst other things. But again, Germany is also about, these days, about flair and quality. Does Germany have striking coaches at the youth level? Being a striker, is that a talent skill that will need to be developed like fast ball? Germany doesn't have striking coaches, no. Klose or Podolski only for national team? Sorry, Dhruv, didn't understand your question. What do you want to ask? Please clarify on that. Yeah. All right, guys. Those of you who haven't, as always, please like, share, and subscribe. Arunfoot, I hope you like what you're seeing. 19 likes so far. So yeah, those who haven't, please do. 1,500 subscribers. For being on that 1,500 mark, hopefully we can push it a little higher and reach high levels. So thank you very, very much. Opala, is there any restriction for youth players, or is it just that our boys love their comfort zone? There are no restriction. I don't know if there's a comfort zone at youth level, Akhil, but it depends a lot on the club and the players and the coaches and again what you're being told. Germany won World Cup when Klopp and Pep made them in club level. Spain won World Cup with players from Pep. Why can't England? And it's the quality. Natural grass versus artificial turf, or seems artificial turfs looks obvious choice, but turfs people say cause much more injuries. What changes we made on of turfs needed to expand? See, natural grass has a it's got a certain kind of padding which artificial turf doesn't have. But artificial turf is more like a carpet, so it has an advantage. But again, it has yes. When I play football, I play most on artificial turf here as well, and it's not good to your joints, right? So therefore, that's it. But yeah, would you prefer Klose or Podolski for the national team? Like, who was better for you? See, I love Podolski as a character, and I've met Lucas at Bayern, so I just love him. But Klose, of course, was more lethal. Hi, Palash, welcome back. All matches, they can choose the matches of club. How many matches should be broadcast based on position table? Kumar, they're not doing it. In India, they show all matches, right? At one given point of time, there were 4 clubs playing in I-League, which I think is not discussed much. Imagine 4 clubs playing for. Yeah, but that was the problem of the I-League. Huh? You had a scenario where you had 4 teams from Goa, 4 teams from Calcutta, and 3 from Mumbai. And it didn't help. Mumbai Indians in the IPL 5 trophy, Mumbai City. Okay, IPL 5 trophy, Mumbai City, nice. So 2 sheet. Senior, what's your view on this? Yeah, good. I mean, but then you add up the trophies that the Kolkata clubs have had, right? Please watch out for Mohitosh Roy and Israfil Dewan of Mohammedan Sporting. Yeah, I've heard some things from people. Let's see what they can do. Syria Liga, La Liga finding it difficult to sell their rights in India. Only Premier League seems to find it easy. How difficult it is to convert them to active followers. First of all, Navneet, even the Premier League is, if you look at the Premier League and it's high, earned, I think 40, 50 billion from TV rights, and now I think they're down to 3. So the Indian market is not growing as such. So I don't see an external help at all unless we develop. Sorry, Akhil, we need to get to us to a certain level for people from outside wanting, uh, 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 you know, um, but we need to get ourselves to a level and then only. And then only will people from the outside are willing to help us. At one given point of time, there were 4 clubs from Goa playing in I-League, which I think has not discussed here much. Imagine 4 clubs playing for one can't scenario. Gaurav, there were 4 teams from Goa and Bengal. You're forgetting Bengal always, right? So that's the same thing. You had, Dempo, Churchill, and Sporting Club on one side, and on the other side, you had East Bengal, Mohun Bagan, Mohammedan, and United Sports. Another, when there were very few subscribers, said that please do constant live streams at first. It will be very slow. It will take time. It will pick up gradually. Yeah, you did. Thanks a lot for that. Why do you think players like Kira Model could not go to the next level? The ceiling for certain levels, Rupam. I think, to me, there are a lot of players who are hyped up, but they don't have the level to go up to the next level. Have you seen Schweinsteiger in the new young girls with stressed? No, I don't know what you mean. Do you want a larger audience for your channel who can spread the discussions of or a few regulars educated people with whom you can talk more comfortable and less rowdy comment section? Abhijit, I'm fine with a group of people who are willing to understand and learn and wanna have a good discussion about it. To me, and yeah, again, but a wider audience. If we can grow the community, who wants to talk, discuss, that's fine. It'll be good. But let's see if we can do that. It's a challenge, and let's see if we can grow the community in the mid to long term. But that's that's not the aim. So therefore, yeah. Thank you again for those of you who are following. Early 2000. No, Polish, they never played in the I-League. They've only played in I-League 2 or the second division league. Can you be modified to address the injury issues? No, I don't think so. I mean, in the New Jersey, Dhruva Jyoti, I've not seen that. I've not seen Schweinsteiger somehow. So the only way to play abroad is to join their academy for a very young age. You can't go and join an academy at a young age. Indian players normally can go abroad once they're 18 and can sign professional contracts. So no academy will take an Indian player. We're not a priority. No one is looking at India as a potential talent base. I think that has to be discussed. So yeah. Turfs, you mean? No, because there are certain things which will stay the way they are with turfs. I think turfs are an alternative to bad weather conditions, meaning, for example, winter weather. So you have a lot of grounds in Scandinavia are lower level teams because again maintenance is an issue. You have that across Europe nowadays, at least in Central Europe. Uh, so do you really think Mbappe, Vinny, Rodrigo trio would work in the long run, considering all three are left wingers and yes, this game plays with all three preferred to play on the left side? Rupam, I didn't see Real Madrid play. I saw them the other day in the European Super Cup, where I thought well against them, but again, Dortmund didn't score, and then Real Madrid in the second half to score their goals and win. Real Madrid is an interesting one because you've got Bellingham as well, and these guys are all big egos. So I'm interested to see if Vinny, Mbappe, Bellingham, how these egos work. How did Nath and Pandita go abroad at a young age? Honestly, I would not know that in detail. I know that they went to Spain, both of them, but I think they went on education and played football on the side and then made football a bigger priority. So, yeah, that would be most probably the reason. Right, we're nearly 1 hour, 27 minutes. As a reminder, if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel, arunfoot here on YouTube. Do leave a like as well. And as always, yeah, thanks for your support. Thank you for these evening discussions. I'll have a few less this week. I might have to do one tomorrow a little earlier. Afternoon appointment, and then I have that on Wednesday, Thursday as well. Thursday, actually, I'm going for something, and Saturday, I'm going as well. So it might be a little less, or might be a little earlier. So just a reminder, I most probably will do a live tomorrow, but earlier. Yeah, that's as an info. Most probably, I'll do a one. Yeah, which is there. So therefore, again, thanks a lot, guys, for all your support. Where Jakub is playing now, which league? Sanskar, honestly, I don't know. Do you think Vanspal is of an ISL standard present? Rupam looks difficult at the moment. Another normally club asset means stadium and players. If clubs want to get loan, they can lend money from bank promoting stadium. And India, none of the clubs own their stadiums, right? So that doesn't happen. So how did Somkumar also get a contract? I also remember I think there was a video online about it and his parents talking about it. I don't know how he went. It can only be on the education route because you're not allowed to be transferred as a player. So that's the route. So I think that would be how Shom got into Slovenia. Once one Austrian or English Indian people don't like cricket, they like the same logic can be applied in general, even if more for the communism is the reason. Yeah. Which German league is level as ISL? I would say fourth or fifth year. Do you see the player Jason of East Bengal? Do you think he could be the next striker of Indian team? Lost future. I have seen a little bit of Jason in Indian team striker. Let him become a regular in the ISL, and then we can have that conversation. I think this is another problem. I see a lot of players get hyped up a lot, and therefore, yeah, not easy. Players need to regular basis or need to be playing on a regular basis, need to get the results, and then they can make something out of it. That is, a club should try to build a stadium in the outskirts of the city. Kumar, most of the clubs are not willing to spend, and just saying, hey, building a stadium in the outskirts, it is sound easy, but they aren't. Where Mahindra United gone? Sanskar, they've shut down many years. They shut down the team. Any idea how much a World Cup final ticket would cost? I don't know. 800. in the US, I would think. I don't know. Would be my thought. I don't know. Right, 1 hour, 30 minutes. As said, guys, once again, thank you very much. Like to end it tonight. Again, another Indian football discussion. Once again, if you haven't seen, I've done a video on the Kolkata in regard to what has happened at RG Core. So therefore, do watch it. I think it's a good example. East Bengal Mohun Bagan fans standing together. Great thing to see. Other videos as well over the last few days. Again, Derby cancelled. What does it mean? PC Jindal Group, Hyderabad or not? An analysis of it. I think a lot of it was sold as if it was done, but so far it's not done. Also, video on Mohun Bagan's passage in the group stage of the AC Champions League 2. And again, I'll continue with the future of Indian Focus series. If you haven't 10 episodes so far, please. Those are the ones which I say always, do that. So therefore, as always, thanks a lot. Tomorrow, if I can, will most probably do a live a little earlier, because I have to leave in the early evening thing, maybe 7:30. Let me see if I can do that. Maybe even earlier, maybe 6:30. Maybe I'll have to do so. Therefore, that's the thing. So thanks a lot, and I'll be back tomorrow. As I said early, watch. For the support. If you haven't, subscribe, and I'll be back.